And welcome back to the 2024 City of Scottsdale's All Things Senior Expo being held here at the Scottsdale Center for Performing Arts. It is a gorgeous facility, and if you have not seen it before, today's a great excuse to work your way down here. Everyone will be down with vendors till about 2 o'clock or so. I got to tell you, it's not just mom and dad down here. We've got families that are down here as well, taking a look at stuff, taking in the information, and spending time with great companies like Jennifer Michaels that I have here with Guidewyze. Jennifer, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, so we are talking about Guidewyze, what you guys do in your business, and what families need to know about you.
Well, we do advanced care planning for people with dementia, but also anyone, and do it in a way that makes it easy to understand in plain English, because and without all the legalese, yet it's legal, and get it communicated, work through the emotions to get it completed, and also shared with the Arizona registry.
Brilliant. Mm-hmm. So when is the family typically reaching out to Guidewyze? At what stage? Is it when they understand that, when they're concerned that it might be a diagnosis, or when they have a diagnosis, or when generally do you guys do your best work?
Well, frankly, it's not something people really know about until it's absolutely in need or until it's critical. But the ideal is to reach out when someone with dementia has clear thought, because the whole goal is for their wishes to be documented and acknowledged and honored, and that's what it's about, is honoring that family member and what they wish when they can't speak for themselves and they can't communicate.
Yeah, well, and that is such a hard conversation as someone who my own parent projects this touches, right? And the complications and the emotions that come with a diagnosis like that can make it really difficult to have those conversations and to wade in, to know that there are professionals out there that are really good at having that conversation, or might even know what conversation to have in the first place, right? That seems, find a lot of value, and I appreciate what you do.
Absolutely, that is the key. Is I'm an advocate. I'm not a law firm, but I am. It does a legal process, and it does get executed as a legal document. But I take the time to go through the process with people, working through their emotions, working through the speed bumps, and working through all the family dynamics.
Yeah.
So having it come to the conclusion of where everybody's satisfied and on the same page, and it is again a legal document that's registered, and the communications are very clear.
Well, and that is good. I can see that families could find peace with that, and knowing that they've got that there and have that to rely on as it gets progressively different, or as things change and it gets progressively worse, is what we may be seen as worse. Talk to me, if you would, when families reach out, is there something that generally a first question or some of the first things that they start asking, or is it all over the place?
It's all over the place typically, but also it's like no clear starting point, because we're not educated about this. We in our culture don't talk about death.
Yeah.
We don't.
We as Americans generally,
Yes. We don't. We kind of put people, frankly, off to the side when they're at that elder state. So it's part of making it part of their story. They have an honorable end of life.
Yeah.
And that's the goal. Yeah. And really, in the face of everything somebody has to deal with, a family, when somebody's terminally ill, this is one thing that you should have this can be cleared up ahead of time, where somebody's wishes are communicated, documented, so there's no guessing. Because family members who have to make decisions and they're not clear, they're left with regret often.
Yeah.
Or there's conflict and permanent splits in families if this isn't done. So you don't know that until the time comes, and that's the consequence that unfortunately families are left with sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I think you've nailed a great approach in how to come about it, encouraging those conversations earlier than later, and get those things started. And I love the coaching through that. I think that's a really valuable service that can help families. What's the service area for you guys that you guys serve right now?
Scottsdale, but really anywhere, general Phoenix, but also online anywhere in the United States.
Okay, great. So, and Guidewyze Advanced Care Planning, social media, people, can they follow you?
Yes,
Can they?
Guidewise at Instagram, Guidewise, and on Facebook, Guidewise.
Right.
Guidewyze.
So Wise spelled in there, Wyze, Guidewise off of that.
Yes.
Very clever. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Jennifer, really appreciate just what you share, your time, talents, and treasures into the community and into all of us, on behalf of a lot of the listeners too out there. And thanks for
Great.
taking the time to break down what you do and how you help us.
Well, thanks for having me.
Well, it's been a blessing to have you. Thank you so much. And that's going to send us back out to our next break. We'll make a transition down here. We've got some additional businesses that are going to come up and also talk to us about what they're having conversations with downstairs. So stay tuned. Again, I'll make that pitch. Come on down here. If you're waiting for the last, now's the time. Get in your car. Come on down if you're down in the area. If you're not, we get it. Continue to join us here. We'll be right back for the 2024 All Things Senior Expo that's here in this City of Scottsdale Center for Performing Arts. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment. Thank you. Well, that's it for the team this week, and thanks for joining us. If you've enjoyed the content, remember to subscribe and to share this episode on the app that you're using right now. Your reviews and your comments, they really help us expand our reach as well as our perspective. So if you have time, also drop us a note. Let us know how we're doing. For tips and tools to clarify your parent project, simplify communication with your stakeholders, and verify the professionals that you choose, you can find us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks again for trusting us. Until our next episode, behold and be held.
Thank you for listening to this Parent Projects podcast production. To access our show notes, resources, or forums, join us on your favorite social media platform or go to parentprojects.com. This show is for informational and educational purposes only. Before making any decisions, consult a professional credentialed in your local area. This show is copyrighted by Family Media and Technology Group Incorporated and Parent Projects LLC. Written permissions must be granted before syndication or rebroadcast.